The garage is separated by a room in between the shop. So the SuperCell, the main run, I have a joiner out in the garage, and then I have the SuperCell here. So in process of tuning this thing up and getting everything to run the way it needed to be, there was a couple problems that I had with my install, and today I'm going to implement the changes that I called Oneida, and they gave me some tips on how to solve these problems. First problem is that the remote, this remote right here, only has a range on it of about, well, I'd say 12, 15 feet maybe. So the shop, the main part of the shop, is past this room and comes out to here, and then I have all these tools out here. Well, the problem is the remote wasn't strong enough to turn the system on and off. It would turn the system on, but I would have to walk all the way back into this area to, it's right on the other side of this wall. I'd have to walk all the way back into this area to turn it off. So this is the problem that I'm going to resolve. This one, and the other one is that the sentry, the sentry that goes in it also has about 7 feet of wire. Well, 7 feet of wire gets me back in there somewhere, and that's really not ideal. Actually, it doesn't even get it from where it's located. It doesn't even get it up high enough that I could see it. It would be down in this area somewhere, and I had it there, but I would have to come like way over here and say, when the machine was running, and say, hey, is that light lit or whatever. See, so anyway, I talked to the engineers at Oneida, and they told me what to do, and they just said you can add to the wire. So I found this piece of plastic decking, plastic lumber, and I'm going to just drill this guy out and wire that into it, and then be able to put this up and have the cord go between. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut the wire. I'm going to leave, I could cut back, but I'm going to leave the colors on the wire and just tap plenty of wire. There we go. About that. So I'm going to put a male on this side and a female on this side, like this. And then I'm just going to make an extension cord with a female to male, like that. And the wire I'm going to use is this old speaker wire. So it looks like I'm going to need a 1/4-inch hole to work these through. I mean, I could probably get them through something tighter, but 1/4-inch will do it. Okay, I've finished making the connections. Red to red, black to black. Same here. Red to red, black to black. And I sealed it with some hot glue in there. And same inside of this one to kind of seal up that 1/4-inch hole. I made about a 30-foot extension cord with a male to female on the end of it, so I can put this light 30 feet away. And I just need to make a lid for this box, and I have some plastic. I probably am gonna use this. I like this. It's nice and thick. It's an old binder cover, I think, is what it is. So I'm going to cut a square out of that. So here we go. I've got it all put together, wired up. I'm going to give it a test. I've gone ahead and plugged in the 24-volt DC transformer that runs the sensor and the strobe. So if this is all done right, when I plug this in, we'll be able to see if it works. So we just, if I can plug it in right, there it is. So it is plugged in. So this is then how the sensor works, and you can see when it's set and gets to a certain level, the strobe goes off, which is basically how this thing works. Here we go. This thing's about 30 feet, maybe 35 feet long. And same deal, there we go. So now I can put this unit in my shop and have this thing out there with the SuperCell. So I found a place to mount it, the underside of the shelf. So there's my wire, and there's my plug. These plugs have a little tab right there and a little lock on them. I didn't really show that much, but they only go one way. And there it is. And there it is. I just blocked it off. And so to get the remote to work, I was instructed by the engineer to get the antenna wire outside, just drill a little hole in the thing. So I drilled an 1/8 inch hole and brought the antenna wire out, and I tried it, and it didn't do it. It didn't do any better. So I joined onto it with a piece of this is thermostat wire. Pre-install, I made about 40 of these hardwood blocks with a piece of PVC, Schedule 40 PVC, to snap around the pipe as a standoff to attach to the ceiling. I pre-drilled all of them with a center hole for a zip tie, which isn't really necessary, but so here I am, as far away from the system as I can get in the back of my shop, at the bandsaw location. Power on. It doesn't turn off. Oh, there it goes. Well, that's good enough. I'll try it again here. One more thing, I'll open this gate. One more thing I did is because this gate right here is obstructed from my view when I'm out in the shop out there, I can't remember if I left it open or not. And so what I did is I installed, I'll take a little quick look at this. I installed a little micro switch right there. And that turns on a light up here. I can see it from all around the shop. And when I open the gate, I turn on the light. When I close the gate, I turn the light off.